Okay, I think we're up to part 4. So we've come to where I'm noticing there's favoritism, starting to get physically abused. It first starts with my mom's boyfriend. There's other things going on at the same time, which we'll get into. Now, with my mom, there's clear favoritism between me and my brother. My brother can't do no wrong. She only gets to see him every other weekend. I'm there all the time. I'm constantly being told I'm the girl she never wanted, she only wants boys. Now, also, whenever we argue or I do something she doesn't like, at this point, like 3rd grade-ish, I also am starting to be told whenever I do something she doesn't like that she will ship me off to my father, who is gone at this point because she doesn't want to deal with me and my attitude. Let's see. Now at this point, let's see, 3rd grade, I've been to 3 different schools. We've lived multiple different places, like each year. But about halfway through each school year, I'm living with my grandmother to finish out each school year to stay in the same school. To finish out each year at the same school. I believe 2nd grade, I did all 3rd grade level classes and got straight A's. So like, I do well in school. I do well, I think, in general. A lot of my vacations from school are spent at aunts and uncles' houses or my grandparents. There's a noticeable disconnect between the relationship of my mother and me already by like 3rd, 4th grade. And I won't say I don't push buttons. Like, I have my moments where I probably do it on purpose. I'm a kid. What kid doesn't? But for the most part, I would consider me as a kid as probably pretty well behaved to a lot of kids I've seen throughout. Like, I've seen some hellions. And I would say, I mean, living with somebody 24/7, you're gonna get on each other's nerves, but I wouldn't say I was that bad. I mean, there was a lot to go through as well, though. My mom and her boyfriend, because he had a lot to do with alcoholism, in 3rd grade there was a lot of fighting going on between them as well. Because I know that's also when I started sneaking out of the house to get away from it. I can tell you for sure there was one incident. It was around 3rd grade, because I remember telling a teacher about it. And that's when I got myself in fucking counseling at school. That they were fighting, yelling at each other. I think it was in the kitchen. They were threatening basically to kill each other with a knife. I know it had to do with a knife at one point. I stopped listening and snuck out, I think it was my bedroom window, and went to the neighbor's house because of how loud they were being. And I basically went and played Nintendo at the neighbor's house until it was over. I couldn't get back in the window, so I ended up walking back in basically the back door as the boyfriend was leaving. And he tried to confront me as he was leaving about not being in the fucking house. And I basically ignored him as I went back in the fucking house. That was just the first time I snuck out, and I remember telling the teacher about it the next day. And yeah, that just landed me seeing the school counselor for a while, which, tell a school teacher about something like that nowadays, it's gonna get like DHS, DCFS, whatever it is in your state, called on you. Back then, just got to go see the school counselor for a while, make sure your mental health was okay. From then on, basically every time they got into a fight, I'd just sneak out the bathroom or my bedroom window, sneak back in said bathroom or bedroom window, whichever was easier to get in and out at the time. Either go hang out at a park or go to the neighbor's house and play some Super Nintendo. Just avoid the situation. And it happened pretty frequently. Pretty much every time he got drunk. So, they were living in chaos. I got blamed for a lot of the chaos. I was the scapegoat. I was also the unwanted child. So, there was a big trifecta going on of energy. That, I think, contributed a lot to where things turned towards me and them releasing a lot of their energy towards me. Because that was around when everything shifted towards the bad for me. That was also, like, I would get in trouble for falling asleep, like, in the living room instead of my bedroom. Like, he'd come home drunk and wake me up and be like, why are you sleeping in the living room? Go to your bedroom. Who told you you could sleep in the living room? Just random shit like that. And, like, I'd go to get up to go to my bedroom. That one time that I got confronted on that, and, like, I got pulled back down and hit my head on the coffee table. That was... No. It was a weird time. But it randomly just stopped in 5th grade after the car accident. Just everything stopped. But we'll get more into that. But on to the next part.